Hi, I'm Miss Rosario Reese. You can call me Miss Reese, or you can call me Miss Rosario, or Miss Rosario Reese. And Reese is like the Reese cup, Reese. Welcome to Block Middle School. I am the art education teacher for both 7th and 8th grade incoming or returning students. I hope you have had a wonderful time being off. We've had a good couple of months. We've had some rest. We've had some up and downs. It has definitely been a whirlwind. I hope everyone is safe and is wearing their mask. Please, young people, please wear your mask. Again, welcome to C106. If you were here at Block Middle School, you would be coming down into the C wing. A lot of incoming 7th graders or returning 8th graders that have never had art education or was not on this side of the building is very unfamiliar to where the art room is, Spanish, STEM, career readiness, and that sort. But my room is C106. And since we will be virtual for the next 9 weeks, welcome to Virtual Art Education C106. I was hoping to flip the screen so that you would be able to see the room. And I don't know. Now, don't get me wrong, young people. This is my phone, and I thought maybe I would be able to flip the screen, but I guess not. So what I'm going to do is turn it around so you can see the room, or I'll walk with it. So had you been here, this would have been your room. Let's turn it. Yeah, I kind of like that. This is pretty much a very large room that you are in. It is not the average size classroom. That's because this room belonged to the wood shop here at Joseph L. Block Middle School. That is the original name of this school, Joseph L. Block Middle School. A little bit of history there. Most of the schools in East Chicago are named after people who have done something, whether they were in politics or a great teacher. Little history for you. You might want to look that up. So this would have been your room had we been in class. They removed the tables, giving you desks. These would have been the original tables that you would sit at, and they would be 4 to a table. Some of the tables are a little tad bit smaller, so I would have seated you maybe 2 to a table. So returning 8th graders, yes, this is our room, and it does kind of look different, and it kind of looks the same. Incoming 7th graders, you will be like, wow, huge room, and it is. And you hear that echo? That's because, again, this was originally a wood shop room. I am on the back end of the building, and everything from this room runs on its own exhaust system, all the way down from the heat to the air conditioning. And in returning 8th graders know exactly what I'm talking about. It would be freezing cold in here in the winter. However, Mr. Lenny Francisci and the School City of East Chicago has decided to graciously bless Miss Rosario Reese and the students with an air conditioning unit and some good old heat. So yay! But this would be your room, and I did my very, very best to space the desks out at least 3 to 6 feet apart. And in that aspect, I am blessed as well. I am a high risk. So having you spread out would be for your advantage, your health, as well as mine. Here at the back of the room, since I'm giving you a tour, my returning 8th graders knew that some of my 8th graders from last year, which would now be freshmen at Central, were kind of advanced in art, and they knew how to draw. So I gave them the permission to be able to draw me a mural. And unfortunately, the mural is not finished because COVID hit. And now we have an unfinished mural. So maybe once all of this is over, Ms. Reese will continue to have some great art students finish the great mural. This is something I brought in here at the end of last year. It was an old book stand from the music room. I decided to put my books in here. I do have books in art. This is called the Early Finishers Book Reading Band. I do believe in reading. I am an avid children's book reader. My background is in early childhood, so I have a bachelor's in early childhood development. I have an associate's in early childhood development, and then I have an associate's in human services. I also went to Calumet College for a bachelor's in elementary ed, and I am graduating this December with a master's in education with a concentration in human services counseling. And now I am done with school. So, that being said, I love books. On Wednesdays, I am keeping the routine going. When Superintendent Wright was here, she was our lovely principal. She instilled in me to get more rigorous in my teaching, and she definitely whipped that into me. I was old school. I felt like art should be more hands-on, more only art, but she believed in reading. And I finally got it, because young people, if you can't read, you have lost the battle already. Again, returning 8th graders will know that I say this all the time. A lot of sports people, musicians, rappers have a contract for all that money. They lose it because they can't read. And their accountants have read the contract and put in all these clauses about getting 10 or 20% of their money here and there. They didn't know because they didn't read, or they did not know how to read. And after all, then they got their money taken away. And this is why a lot of artists, rappers, musicians, actresses become bankrupt. And you want to know why. Reading is fundamental. It is very key that you learn how to read. So yes, every Wednesday, we will be reading a Newsela reading article. You will get more information on that. So if you finished all work early, you would be reading. And most of these books I kind of read already. So if you pick it up, Miss Reese is going to know what it's about. And I'm going to ask you questions about them to see if you actually read it, understood it, retained the information. You can spit it back out in different forms. So that is my little bookshelf I added. And those are portraits done by other artists. Some are grown-ups and some are mostly students that I had. And they would be both types of students. I believe heavily in my Black history. I believe heavily in women. I believe heavily in the amendments. And I believe heavily in women having the right to vote. So, without further ado, this was my Black History wall last year. And this, my friends, was done by the great Alex Pabe, Mr. Pabe's daughter. She's an artist. Now, some of you may be like, well, Miss Reese, what did you do, or what do you do? Again, I say unto thee, I am an art teacher. There is a difference between actually doing art and actually being an artist. And God blessed me to be able to teach. But at the same time, every time I picked up a pencil, I learned how to do more and more art, and I learned how to draw. And so you'll have more information coming about that later. I rearranged the room so that if you young people did come back, I would be able to see you from all sides of the room. So I made myself a little L shape, and I hung up lots of my young artists' work. I was able to put my Promethean board on this side with the chalkboard, so I'm not done. And that, my friends, is my main desk area where I sit, where I could see you when you first come through the door. and greet you in the morning. So all the desks would be faced one way, so therefore I can see you. And the table in the back would be for any lovely para that would be accompanying my class, so that they can sit back there and watch you. No turning around, no chit-chatting or talking. You already know why. It's for our safety, yours as well as mine. So those are some things that I switched around. They are dual cabinets. You will be seeing vocabulary words on one. You will also be seeing a checklist for your artwork on the other. And this is the sanitation station. As you come in, definitely wash your hands. I have soap, got a few more things to add with a sink. I gotta clean it because we did a lot of painting and other things last year. These is the double doors, so both doors open. These are paintings again of other artists that did them for me or assignments I give them. My lovely desk. I have a honey pot lamp and more things to add. Again, I'm just cleaning up. If you are familiar with Carrie Gosh, but most of you are already gone or should be arriving from the last of my students. If I ever had you at Carrie Gosh, I do a rain barrel contest every year. Compliments of the Valparaiso Recycling Center. One year we came in third place. And that's not the one though. I have the other one at my house. We were going to do it again, hence the black rain barrel in the back there, up where the bookcase is at. So I would prime it, make it white, and have some lovely artists draw. These are kings and queens. So again, these were drawn by the great Jermaine Chandler, Mr. Chandler. If any of you are from Washington L, he was my para at Carrie Gosh. He inspired me, and every day he left me with a beautiful piece of art. This is a real working garbage can. I keep things in it. I don't throw trash in it. And that would be your lovely room. So, you can view this video at your leisure. I want you to know that I am excited about having you. Also, I would like you to be able to go on to Canvas if you have not already. Please log into Canvas. Please log into your classroom. Make sure you pay attention to the hour of it. On Canvas, you will see a syllabus, an art supply list, those things of that nature. When we go live, I will go more into it. But for now, before I let you go, I do need to hit something very important for you, okay? Even though we're going virtual, I want you to know you are still a product of the School City of East Chicago, as well as your parents. They did not bore and raise you to come out or in your home to act inappropriate. So even though you are in the comfort of your own home and you are online virtually with me and your other teachers, you are currently in the School City of East Chicago. You are currently then in my class, and all rules are adhered to and must be followed. It is in the student handbook. And please, if you need a copy, go online. It is there electronically in English and very soon in Espanol. So, in short, the virtual procedures and expectations for Mrs. Reese's class, Arts Education. Upon entry, all microphones are muted. Cameras and videos are required to be on, and not only by Mrs. Reese, this is from the School City of EC. I must see your face, and no, not a portrait or a picture of your face. I want to see your beautiful faces like you see mine. After 5 minutes, if you are not logged into my class at that time, an hour, you will be considered tardy. Yes, we are still taking attendance and putting in tardies. If you did not log in because you overslept, missed my class, then you will be marked absent. If you missed class due to being sick that day, physically having to go see the doctor, be sure to tell your parents, call into the school, talk with Miss Connie, talk with Miss Barney, tell them you're absent. They may need you to present a doctor's excuse. Why? Because we need to know that it's an excused absence in order for your work to be made up. If it is not an excused absence, we do not have to let you make up the work. I unfortunately and fortunately try to be as lenient as possible, and if there's something I can do to help you make it up, therefore I give it to you. Otherwise, no, if it's an unexcused. What else did I have here? Oh, no talking in the chat, please. Should you have a question, please raise your hand, that little emoji hand. Please raise it. No inappropriate behavior on the camera. Be mindful. Just because, again, you are home does not mean that you are not a part of the School City of EC. You are, and you are in my class. All student handbook policies and procedures are again enforced. No sleeping on the camera. Honey, Ms. Reese be tired too, but that's a no-no. Sorry. No inappropriate language. We are not talking and beeping and fussing with someone that said something to you or about you on your Snapchat, your Instagram, or your Facebook. We are not bringing the outside into the inside virtual world. Should you need to go bathroom in your own home, you will need to inbox me privately or raise that emoji hand again, and I will unmute you, and you can tell me that you need to go to the bathroom. Please, I know it's your own home, but the rules still apply. Even if you were here in school in person, you get 5 minutes to use the bathroom for me. Actually, I don't give bathroom passes. Returning 8th grade students already know that. However, I am sort of lenient, and if you take more than 5 minutes, you can no longer go to the bathroom. Because you are in your own home, please, again, inbox me if I enable the chat, or raise the little emoji hand and let me know. Should I be still teaching or have my back turned at times when I'm teaching towards the camera and you're back, please inbox me and let me know, Ms. Reese, I am back. Therefore, I know that you came back on time. Upon dismissal, I would make sure that you are cleaned up for your next class, because this is art. So I am going to be having you do some things at your home, and then I will make sure I will give you the thumbs up, and it's okay for you then to log off from art and log into your next class. Should you not behave appropriately, remember, you're at home, and I get it, and this is definitely a different teaching environment, but I need all of you, including myself, to be appropriate along with the paras, so that you can get in art, get what you need, and bounce. I would tell my other students, think about it like this: 45 and bounce, 45 and bounce. That's it. And in saying that, please make sure you have your art supplies by the second week in August. Please, please, please make sure you have your art supplies the second week, or that second week that we return. The 17th is on a Monday, which means the 19th is on a Wednesday, the 21st would be a Friday, 22nd, 23rd, 24th should be a Monday. You need all art supplies by that Monday, August the 24th. It is not an extensive list. I understand you are at home, but I still need to be able to give you a quality art education. I need you to have your art sketchbook. I did put it on the art list with a picture, but here it is in person. It is a Carson watercolor with a binder, little spiral. You can get this one. It's a 9x12 and it has 30 pages in there. That's your choice. If not, you are free to get the long one like this. There is no binder, but the pages here are 11x15 with 30 sheets in them. I particularly like that brand in any one of those books. They will have them at Walmart in your art supply aisle. It will say all media, acrylic, or watercolor, meaning the paper and the grade and thickness is different. You can use one for all media, meaning if we did watercolor paintings, if we did acrylic, we did markers, we did oils, oil pastels, chalks. You can use that same paper for all of them. You can choose watercolor. Doesn't just mean we're gonna watercolor on them. You can use acrylic as well, or you can use acrylic paper. I particularly choose watercolor. Why? Because it seems to me very, very thick. I choose that one because we will use a lot of markers, crayons, coloring pencils, and the markers particularly bleed through thin paper, and that is not what you want when you're doing assignments for me. I do understand you're saying, Ms. Reese, what difference does it make where you're not gonna see my stuff in person? Oh, but on the contraire, mon frère, I still need you to learn how to use your computer, your phone, or any device that you will be working on. Make sure it has a camera. Make sure you know how to take pictures, and make sure you know how to upload and attach, which I know a lot of you do, because you send lots of text messages and pictures to your friends. So, again, you're going to be taking those pictures, saving it to your phone or your device, making sure that you can upload it to me. That is one way I'm going to make sure you have done the assignments that I've asked you to do. Other ways would be I may ask you to hold your sketchbook up to the camera so that I can see that you've done it. And therefore you would do something like this. Done, Miss Reese, and I can see it. Or I will ask you, open it up for me. Let me see the inside. Did you do the notes that I tell you to do? And if so, you will get credit for that. You will do bell ringers. You will do quick writes. And I will ask you to hold your notebook up or your sketchbook in person. So it's good and very cool of you to have a notebook as well as a sketchbook. You will need crayons, markers, coloring pencils, and 2 black Sharpies. You can use the white erasers for art. That is a very good tool to have, as well as the pink ones. But the white ones seem to erase better and not leave marks on your paper. If you go into Canvas, you will see a meet and greet video from me. You can link on to that and watch that over and over again with your parents and or guardians, just to make sure that you received all the message that I'm giving you right now. You will also see the art supply list. Please, this art supply list is for art, but I also sent one on the school website, and that one is more geared to all electives that I put down on there for Spanish, STEM, myself. If you have career readiness, if you have Miss G for gym or any other elective, you may need to ask them what you will need. I know these things because me and Mrs. Hunter and Mrs. Flores, Mr. Flores has worked closely together, and we somewhat use the same items, okay? So you will see my art supply list on there. You will see the syllabus in which I cut in half reading to you via this virtual meet and greet. I only read my expectations to you virtually. If we get the expectations down like right away, young people, we will not have a problem. I promise you. If you do as I ask you to do, you will get a whole lot more. Trust me. All returning 8th graders would know that. Also, you will see the meet and greet, the syllabus, and then the welcome parent letter. Become familiar with Canvas, and we will go through that again because you will be submitting assignments through Canvas. You will be taking quizzes and or tests through Canvas. I want parents to be able to navigate and get in Canvas as well as Skyward. Skyward is mostly where you will see your grades and your discipline. Canvas is mostly for me, where you will receive all your work, all your assignments, all communications with me. You will also have times where I'm going to ask for parent collaboration with you, and parents will need to do a certain thing with you via Canvas. So don't expect Zoom links from me. I am going to strictly adhere and try to keep you in Canvas, if not Google Classroom. But for now, I'm going to try my hardest to keep you within Canvas. I don't want you going outside of that. I don't want you surfing the web. Please and thank you. We've had enough time off, and it's time to get back to education. I understand, again, young people, this is an unusual situation, but we need you. We need you. I need you. I need you to pay attention to me. I need you to give me your all. Why? Because one of you are a future artist, a doctor, a scientist, a mechanic, a nurse. Anybody, you are the future, and we need you. Just like this virus is here now, we're still trying to find a cure. Hopefully it will be here within the next 6 months to a year. But what if we had another outbreak of a pandemic and virus? You are the future, and you are the ones that's going to be able to save yourself, maybe me if I'm still here, or your future children. This is why we need to come back. Even if it's virtually, you need to give it your all, and you need to learn. If I am here giving you my all, please give me your all. Again, think of it as 45 and bounce. But don't just think of it in that aspect, I'm just going to be here for Ms. Reese, get it in and get it out. I want you to retain some information. Because the earth without art is just, you'll get that one. But anyway, welcome, welcome, welcome. Enjoy the video.